Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to offer brief comments on House Bill 1234. I've given this issue a great deal of thought, and I understand and respect the position of the Speaker and others on this issue. However, I feel compelled to share a few thoughts and concerns that I have with this proposal. In analyzing the issue, I've struggled to figure out why exactly we would propose to amend the Constitution and make this change. What exactly is the main goal with this legislation? As some would cite, cost savings. But even the sponsor of the legislation acknowledges that it's not being done as a cost savings measure. Is it efficiency or manageability? Is it easier to come to a consensus? That remains to be seen. What about the voice of the people? Access to your representative? My concern centers around representation of the rural parts of the state. I'm specifically concerned that this proposal diminishes the voice of rural Pennsylvania. I've heard previous speakers say that they represent a rural area, but I'm here to tell you that from your district, if you can get to a large metropolitan area in less than a half an hour, you truly do not represent rural Pennsylvania. I've heard previous speakers say that it'll be only an additional 20,000 people. Can we represent districts with another 20,000 people? Of course we can. But keep in mind that in some rural parts of the state, like north central Pennsylvania, an additional 20,000 people is a whole other county. When districts become larger and rural areas are drawn together with suburban or urban areas, I believe that the voice of rural Pennsylvania will be diminished. This may have been stated earlier, but I want to restate it. We recently got a letter from the Pennsylvania Farm Bureau in opposition to this legislation, and I want to read one comment that they made. The letter states, "The reduction in the number of legislative districts will have the practical effect of further eroding opportunities for access of rural constituents with their elected representative and for the representative to consider and advocate for the special needs of rural Pennsylvania. We urge a negative vote on House Bill 1234 and House Bill 1716. Mr. Speaker, in the 11 years that I've served in this body, my goal has always been to be a strong voice for rural Pennsylvania, and I intend to continue being that strong voice. But I have some real concerns about this proposal in moving forward. Mr. Speaker, I state my opposition to this bill. I think that we should vote no on this, and thank you for considering my position. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.